Okay. Okay. So, tell us about yourself, who you are, and what you do. But before we do that, no wonder it's not working in my brain. We didn't do the icebreaker question of the week. The
Okay.
icebreaker question of the week is: if you could only eat one sandwich for the rest of your life, what sandwich would that be?
Tuna.
Tuna?
hmm
Anything on it?
Nah, just a little onion, good bread. Yeah, just I'm a plain kind of girl.
Okay, no, that makes sense. So that's perfect. What can you tell us about yourself and who you are and what you do?
I'm Sherry and Jesse. This is my first Canadian interview, so yay!
Really? Woohoo!
So thank you for having me on. I live in British Columbia. I'm about 40 miles north of the Montana border. Sorry, I'm used to saying that to the Americans. I live in the southeast corner of BC and about 3.5 hours south of Calgary. I used to do lumber sales for my family here in British Columbia. And then I entered the Maxim magazine contest, and after several weeks, I made it into the top four. So I'm not on the cover. There was a beautiful young girl that made the top position, and I was on the inside pages. But Maxim was very, very good to me. They actually gave me a whole page. So Maxim, it's a wonderful. You gotta love the magazine. So anyone who sees it, buy it. It's pretty great.
You know, here's the thing about those magazines. Some people feel that they're not necessarily good, right? Because it is. We're going to go into the deep darkness of the magazine world, if that's okay.
That's
But
fine.
some people feel they're somewhat sexist and stuff. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think they can be empowering if they're used in the proper way. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Maybe coming from a
definitely.
guy's perspective, that's weird, but yeah.
Well, I think any magazine, particularly Maxim, it's a form of escapement. People like to look at beautiful things, and it's not loaded with women. They have exotic cars. They talk about exotic scotches, cognacs to drink on your travels. They show you types of way to escape your everyday. So in the case of Maxim magazine, I don't think it's sexist. I enjoy the magazine. I like looking at the cars and seeing what drinks are out there. So I'm honored to be a part of their family.
So, as a fellow Canadian, what are your future goals with this? I know you entered a contest and you got to number 4, right? But where do you
Yes.
want to take this? Where do you want to go with what you do?
Well, right now, I've been fortunate that people have trusted me. I want to try anything and everything people will allow me to do. Right now, I'm working as a producer of Chance TV. He lets me do a lot of writing for his show, make contact with potential guests on his show. Same with Brian Sebastian. I've also been working on his show, Women on TV. And a couple days ago, I was fortunate to bring on Elaine Goodlad, another Canadian from Saskatchewan, who's a fitness icon to so many women. So I've been doing that, and I once the borders open up, I have some opportunities to do some movies. So I'm just really, really thankful that I did take that leap and enter the contest, which I never expected any of this would happen. But I've been blessed and fortunate that people have been very kind to me in the United States. So hopefully there's more good things to come, and I'll try my best and hopefully make everyone here at home and in Canada happy and proud. And I just want to do really good things.
So, here's the thing. You're basically just starting your career over the last how long did the contest actually take to finish?
Um, I entered the contest, I think, in August, and it completed in February.
Okay.
So it went quite a while. They actually just started their new Cover Girl contest. So any of you beautiful Canadians out there, go get in there. So it's just something that I thought it would be just a little blip on my radar for my in my history, but I'm fortunate that uh, it's led a lot of door openings for me,
you know,
including your show, Jesse.
well, this isn't really a door opening. This is more of a hump to get over. But with your plans and your goals, most people that I talk to have had long careers. I just talked to Scott Page from Supertramp last week, and he's had a 50-year career almost. It's different when you talk to the people in the different levels of their career, because right now you have a lot of hope, right? You have a lot of stuff inside you, kind of like me, for the show of where it's going. If you could do anything that is possible for you, if you have a huge dream, just one huge dream, as who you are, what is that big dream?
My big, well, I've got two things, I think. One on the doing side would be I'm working on writing a screenplay right now, and my big dream for that would be successfully making it into theaters. My other big dream is, as Canadians, there's just so many people that were so good to me in that contest that I want to thank them the best way that I can. And I have something in the works for a really lovely lady named Judy Newgood, and something great is going to happen for her. And there's lots of people that were really great to me, and I just really, really want people to know that I appreciate them. And it feels so much better for me to bring happiness to people. So I want to just keep doing my going forward, but all along the way, I want to bring people along and show them a different side of life that perhaps they think of. There's a young girl, Jenny Lane, that I've become good friends with, and she's just a bright light. And I just want to do as much as I can for that young girl, because she just brings happiness wherever she goes. So I don't know if that sounds corny, but I just want to do good, and go forward. And yeah, that's my goal. I just want to be positive, and hopefully, people think of me in a happy way.
Well, that makes sense. Now, we texted back and forth because you're one of the few Canadians I've had on, but when I texted you, I could tell you there was a genuine human being behind the text messages that we had, if that makes sense. There was a good person there. What type of stuff do you think you're going to be able to do with the platform you've been given to help not only your local community but all over the world? Do you have any special things that you want to do to actually help
Yeah.
people?
Yes. Well, I'm fortunate to be connected with Eileen Shapiro and Jimmy Starr, and they're in the process of putting some events together. I believe there's some to salute the healthcare workers in this COVID crisis. So I'm fortunate that I'll be able to participate in the building of that platform and that event. So with that, hopefully, I've met so many talented people that hopefully I'll be able to pull in some friends or Canadians that could hopefully be an asset to any of the shows. I'm also working with a really wonderful lady, Cindy, that she's named me as their spokesmodel for their Light Up the Love campaign. And again, there's more events and things that'll be coming once the bans have been lifted. And there's so many artists that I know, like Cam James LaBelle. He's so talented, and if I'm allowed to suggest people to come to our events and show their talents on stage, I hope to do that. So as each day goes by, I've been networking and trying to reach out to people, and I've been very fortunate to meet more and more people that are doing good and not sitting idle during this time. They're just going ahead and getting everything laid out for when everything lifts and we can get back to hopefully a new normal.
Well, that makes perfect sense. We're at the 9-minute time, and is there any way people can find you online other than what we've put down on Instagram on the bottom there, everybody? How can people find you online to connect with you, to follow you, and all that stuff?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at the same handle that you're showing,
Okay.
and I'm also on Facebook.
Okay. And your future, I think it looks bright. I think that you have great potential to do some great things in the world, way more than I have. And I do want to thank you. Well, here's the thing. We're both small town people. Whether people believe it or not, I'm from Nut Mountain, Saskatchewan, had 8 people in there growing up. And from where you told me you're from, we're not going to say it so people don't stalk you and do weird things. But but you were telling me that you're from a very small town, and realistically, we have different perspectives than big city people sometimes. We have sometimes more down to earth and more connection with who we live with, if that makes sense. And we're not just all out in the world all over the place. So I do want to thank you for coming on. Everybody who's watching, please like the video, share the video, and I think that's it, Sherry. We're almost to an end, but we have one last question.
Okay.
If we're all locked up still in Canada, right? We're not locked up, but we're supposed to stay at our house, right? Hello, Teresa. I can see all the comments on the side. So we're all locked up. And we're always trying to please everybody else, right? So what's one thing you've done today to make yourself happy? Not anybody else, but yourself. Other than this interview, what have you done?
It's early. No, no. Geez, I'm going to be doing some more writing, and I don't know. I don't know. I guess I better think of something to do today.
Well, the thing about it is we always have to look after ourselves first. So if you haven't yet, I encourage you to do so. It doesn't matter. It was just a question I like to ask my guests, so not a big issue. Sherry, is there anything else you'd like to add before we end the interview at all?
No, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it, Jesse. I hope to come on again. And I know you have a special person in your life that lives where I do, so hopefully I'll see you face to face.
Well, one day I'm sure we'll meet when I come out to visit the old bugger, and we'll see. Thank you very much, Sherry, for coming on. And anytime you want to come back, you just let me know, and I'll be glad to have you back. Everybody who's watching, please like, share the video, and go tell Sherry she's a beautiful person inside out and out on Facebook, and make her have a happy day. Sherry, thank you so much. We end the video in one way. I just need you to wave bye-bye, just like that, and I'll end it up. Goodbye, everybody. See you later. In broadcast.